Welcome to the show, Sharmila ji. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to speak to you today. My first question to you is, there was a time when Kashmir was one among the most favorite locations for shooting movies for Bollywood. You especially put Kashmir's landscape and the idea of Kashmiri beauty in the hearts and minds of Indians with your movie Kashmir Ki Kali. So please share with us how it felt to be cast as Kashmir Ki Kali and any interesting anecdotes about the shooting of the famous song Tareef Karun Kya Uski.
Well, thank you. Thank you for inviting me to your show. It's been, Kashmir is so beautiful. And of course, I was very, very young at that time. I was, I think, 17-ish when I worked in Kashmir Ki Kali. And that was my first film. And we shot it in Kashmir. And my first day's shooting was in the Dal Lake. And it was Deewana Hua Badal, which is a beautiful song. So I was sort of rowing a shikara and Shamiji and, the interaction between us. So it was really, really beautiful. And what really made it very special was Asha Bhosle was there with the composer also. And so, when I gave my first shot and came up, she hugged me and she wished me all the best. And she said such kind things to me. And she was so senior and I was just nothing, like nobody knew me. And so it was very special, the encouraging words of Asha Bhosle. But I've shot many films there, actually. I've shot Amne Samne, I've shot Kashmir Ki Gali, then I've shot Mausam there. And no comparison to Kashmir in the world. I think it's very pristine and very close to nature. And I think that is what makes it so special, because there is nothing that disturbs your vision.
Unfortunately, with the disruption in Kashmir in the last 30 years, Bollywood has shot only very few movies in the valley. Do you think it's time for Bollywood to return to Kashmir with enthusiasm and reinvent it for the nation, bring out the charm of its landscape and people the way you described it?
There has been a fair amount of films. Of course, the demand of the script. The one reason Bollywood doesn't shoot there is because, not only because of Kashmir, the disruption that you referred to, but it's also people, there's people everywhere. If they want to do a romantic song, they have to avoid all that. And also the bureaucratic, getting permission here. They would give the permission, then they would cancel the permission. What happened with Hyder. So, people get a little scared about that. So they find it easier to go to Switzerland. But having said that, a lot of films have been shot there. Facilities and the roads, so there are a lot of places you cannot go to because there's some kind of bar or something. So I think producers, because they invest so much money in the film, they get a little scared about all this. So if you make it comfortable and convenient for them, I'm sure, because as I said, there is no other location like Kashmir.
If there was a compelling role or script and movie, would you like to go to Kashmir for shooting again?
Why would I need a compelling role to go to Kashmir? I'll go to Kashmir to visit Kashmir, Like I went 2 years ago and it was beautiful. We went to Pahalgam and we went to...
Which is your most favorite movie scene or movie song that you shot in Kashmir?
Well, Kashmir Ki Kali is has its nostalgic moments. And every song, as you know, like Deewana Hua Badal being my first film song, where I was so nervous about lip sync, and it was a very difficult experience for me because in Bengal we don't do too much singing. So definitely Deewana Hua Badal would be one of my favorites. And also palkon ke piche se,
That's beautiful.
that is also very beautiful. And Amne Samne, we did water skiing, Shashi and I, in the Dal Lake.
Mm-hmm.
So that was also, Dal Lake was so, there was so much used to happen on that lake.
Yeah.
Shikaras, of course, and then this water skiing. And now this time when I went, I was saddened to see that the water has shrunk, but there were a lot of effort was being made to clear the Dal Lake. But I hope somebody really makes an effort and cleans it, because it was a thing of beauty. And all the lakes, and one of the Char Chinar mein, there is one Chinar has died.
Yeah.
So that also saddened me. So a little bit of, to maintain what it was in the 60s, it would be lovely to see somebody making an effort to, replant trees. But yet it's so lovely because all the houses look the same.
Well, on that beautiful note, I will say thank you once again for your time. And despite the fact that you are unwell, you gave us time to do this interview.
No, this is very special, and thank you and I'm really sorry, but I have been slightly under the weather. But talking about Kashmir has made me feel well.
Wonderful. That's a wonderful thing to say.